Ooh, that's good game. The snake waits. The snake isn't in a rush.
You're the worst!
Looks. It's black eyes staring back.
Don't mind me, I'm just tickling him.
This gargling's got me feeling like a young
Yeah,
The mouse goes about its cheese. The
Hello,
mongoose, it's whatever
Boo!
mongoose
You
does.
stink!
All the
Oh, that's a
while,
good
the
idea.
snake waits. I should take my gargling out to Broadway. I've always identified with the snake. The snake does what it wants. It doesn't care if it's good or bad. It just knows it loves eating. Is there a tax write-off for great gargling? In fact, I'm feeling hungry right now. Wow, that was some
You're
really
the
good
worst!
gargling
I
just
hate
did.
you!
Now tell me, were you a good boy? I was the best boy, Uncle. Are you sure you were a good boy, Pinocchio? I was the best. I love you, Pinocchio.
stand him.
And I love this audience. Wave
No,
good
we
night,
hate
everybody.
you! Go away!
Good night.
Oh, finally. No, he's still gargling.
Right
Ugh.
up there with the drowning
You should
father.
see him backstage. It's disgusting. Eh. You know, he never stops that gargling sound, even when he's backstage. Oy. Hello. I don't think I have met all of you before. Oh, hello, Krabs. My name is Sasha. I've met you before. And you? Have I met you? No. And you? No, and you? Oh, so many new friends. Very nice, very nice. Well, do you know my sisters? Masha and Dasha? Ah, well, we are three of us Russian sisters. We came here on this, well, the boat that this was made out of, lemon top. And yeah, so what I do, I'm an artist. And I have game show called 20 Questions that I usually post on the stage. And then I also teach crab acting classes over here. And I show you how we can learn to act from these little crabs. And I was going to teach one today. But I have a problem. Have you heard about my, well, my little saga with my hat? Well, there is this lady called Missy, and she has a show on the stage, and she reads missed connections, and she's very annoying. What are you doing? Hello. Yes, my hat. I wouldn't. Yeah. Are you okay? You keep jittering around. Are you okay? You don't have. Are you new here? Are you okay? Okay. You don't have a hat like my friends here do. Would you like me to give you a hat? Okay. Let me ask you a question to think of what would be good hat for you. Do you like boats or animals more? Snap twice for animals, once for boats. You like boats, okay. But like boats or birthdays more? Snap twice for boats and once for birthdays. Okay. Birthdays. Now do you like birthdays or construction more? Snap once for birthdays and twice for construction. Oh, okay, you like construction. So I will give you hard hat. You look just like construction worker. That makes me very happy. You can't see it, but just trust me. It looks great. Don't they look great? Very good. Well, so there's this Missy lady. She does something on the stage and she's very annoying. And she got married last week. And she took my hat. She said it was her something borrowed for her wedding. But when you borrow something, you ask first, and then you also return it when you're done with it. And she did neither of those things. It took me poisoning her with poison soup to give me back my hat. But I've got it back now. But it, oh, is that an onion hat? It's very cute. Oh, hello! Hello, friend! Oh, it's good to see you. I was just catching up my new friends about the situation with Missy and my cat. Did you hear about this? So Missy, you know the Missy lady who reads the misconnections on the stage, huh? She took my cat for her something borrowed for her wedding, huh? And she did not give it back until I poisoned her with poisoned soup. Twice. So I have it back now. Well, I don't know if she survived the poison. Oh, this is my new friend here. I just gave them new hats because they said they like construction. So it's this hard hat construction site. Yes, be very welcoming to my new friend here. Anyway, I got my cat back. But let's just say she is not the most hygienic lady, that Missy. So it is kind of smelly, my cat. I hope you can smell it right now. But I was wondering if you could help me, I don't know, like figure out a way to make it less smelly. Maybe perfume on it or something. Ah, yes. Rub that rose all over it. It smells like roses now. Oh, lemon. Oh, lemon is great for, it's getting out the smell. You know, when I cook with garlic, when I'm making soup, I rub a lemon on my hand afterwards to get garlic smell out of hands. Very good. Alright, sounds good. Ah, now you two have matching hats. Oh, thank you. Ah, so now that I am a little bit less smelly, can you still smell me, by the way? Does it smell? Okay. Well, now that I am less smelly, let us, we can do our crab acting class. You have taken crab acting class before, huh?
We have with us a young talent who's been funking up the starched ballrooms of Grand Ocean Liners and classing up some
my
dockside
teaching
dives I wouldn't take my saltiest aunt into. He's a man well acquainted with the highs and the
make the
lows,
crabs
the
bigger,
fasts and
so we
the
can learn from them
slows.
as our scene partner.
Grab a stiff drink, head out in the sandy
Crabs
expanse
can
to
teach us
your
a lot
rear,
about
and tuck in with Sean Spada.
I see by
everyone.
your mask, so the Shakespeare show. Huh? So that inspired me to learn more about acting. I saw it 2 days ago. Oh, were you with me in the audience? So, you would have recognized me. You know, I would have been the non-kind. Well, I saw it 2 days ago, and it was very inspiring. And I've always loved Shakespeare. And we can learn a lot about playing a character from these crabs. I met one crab named Ferdinand. Do you know Ferdinand the crab? He's not the same as the Ferdinand in the Shakespeare show. He is crab that takes notes. He works for the Crab King and he takes notes about everyone here. Anyway, him and we decided we wanted to collaborate. We needed more collaboration between crabs and people and time sprites. Look, I love all of your hats. You're getting so creative. Anyway. Oh, you're getting very good at that. Very nice. Anyway. Let's each pick a crab to have as our scene partner. Oh, this one's interesting. It's holding a stick. And we can learn a lot about how to act on the stage from these crabs. They've got good instincts, and as an actor, it's important to have good instincts. So, lesson 1. Look at the crabs. You notice how they walk from side to side sometimes, huh? Like this. You know, usually, as people, they usually just move forward, and then we turn when we want to go somewhere else. But I think it is important to be able to move in every direction, just like the crabs. Because it increases your awareness, your peripheral vision. Oh, there's another one. Okay. So, let's say, when you are on stage, anything can happen. It's different from being a film actor, when if something messes up, you can just do another take. When you are on stage, you have to keep going. The show must go on. That's what they say, huh? Anyway. Let's say you're playing Hamlet, and you know that Ophelia in your next scene is supposed to come from stage left, and then you do scene with her. So if you just only have your awareness in the forward direction, and let's say Ophelia accidentally comes from stage right instead of stage left because, it's easy to mix those up, you'll totally miss your cue from her if you're only facing towards her. But if you have a peripheral awareness, 360 degrees, how the clubs can move side to side. They're always aware of it.
Trying to get unstuck from the
And then if you see Ophelia coming in from the other direction, and you know to direct your attention that way. And then you do scene and it looks like it was supposed to be that way. Audience doesn't know any better. So let's practice moving side to side like this girl just did. Very good, very good. And they also got a little bounce in their step always. That's important too. It's important to always be ready for anything that can happen. So you need to feel loose and open, ready for anything. And notice how their knees on their little curved legs are always kind of bent. They never straighten or look their knees. They're always ready for motion. So look at this one with the beer. When they grab onto an object that they are passionate
who lacks limbs with
they get
flexible
so
digits
excited.
also
They
doesn't
hold on to it
preclude
for
you
dear
from
life. It's always
getting
very
a
hard
little
to
bit of
grab an
stage
object
fright.
from a crop that loves
Let's
it.
remind them
And their eyes get all flashy,
we've got
flashy.
out here tonight by throwing
So
our
when you, as an actor,
little extra
have an objective, that's your
You can do
character's
it.
goal.
Sashimi!
Beautiful!
Mimi!
Yes, you're holding on to that Gerald like it is the most important thing in the world. So when you have an objective, something that is important to you, something that is your goal as the character, and you start to get some of that, you hold on to it just as passionately as the crowd holds on to that little piece of broken beer bottle. I don't know what he wants to do with it, but it's clearly very important. Look at the way their eyes are flashing. And so yes, I see that. Oh yes, and this. Notice how they click their claws. And they can, when they are excited, they have their claws up in the air. It shows pure passion, pure emotion. They are the best teachers. And notice when they are digging in the ground, like that one teacher's doing. When they dig in the ground, like this. You don't know what they're looking for in the sand, but you can tell something very important to them. And that is the tenacity with which you should be seeking your objective. You think it could be cheese that they're looking for? I agree. It is hard to find good cheese here in Yonder. You have to go after your objective with just as much fierce enthusiasm as the crabs dig through the sand. Whether you want love or respect or power as your character, you pursue that just as vigorously as a crab digging through the sand. And do you see when one of them appears or disappears?
How much do you have?
Like that.
Are you
Pop
following?
out of the sand.
Or are you
They
leaving?
make a grand entrance and exit. Like just like that. They go,
Barely
they don't just,
distinguishable,
sneak
but
in
full of
quietly.
impulse and desire. And yet, even the gentlest
They make grand
inclinations
entrance.
can set things in motion.
Which is how any scene should begin. You want to capture the audience's attention the first thing you do when you get on stage. You need to make a entrance like they do. And then when you exit, that's also signifying a significant change. Anytime a character exits or enters the stage, that's this big change in the scene. change in the show. This is there is a reason that the playwright put in that entrance and exit. It is significant. So you need to make sure that the audience notices that you are leaving or arriving. Just like that. I mean, you don't need to literally jump and go, "Ah!" like the crabs do. But, yeah, so let's just practice all of our crab clicking, bouncing, digging, holding on to objects like they are very important. If anyone takes it from me, they will be in trouble. Very good. You've got quite the thespians here. Ah, I can see you all on stage. I'm thinking of what I want our next show for the Croblaboration Theater Company. You see, our last show was Crobio and Juliet. It was production of Romeo and Juliet, where all of the Montagues were crabs and all of the Capulets were time sprites, and it was beautiful. Now I'm thinking of, I don't know what I will do next. We were thinking about doing Three Sisters, because it is, oh, well that crab has a ring. That's very Shakespearean. There are lots of rings and weddings in Shakespeare. I'm thinking of doing Three Sisters, some Chekhov, because, you know, it's very important in my life as, oh, tasty, as a Russian who is one of three sisters. I want to demonstrate one more thing, but I need a snail. I have a snail. Snails are also great acting teachers. Hello, snail friend. Alright, let's make you big. Put you on the ground so everyone can look at you. Okay, snails are also great acting teachers. In their body language is the opposite of the crabs. Even though they are both, you know, they both have shells and they both are kind of soft on the inside of their shells. And snails, they exemplify stillness, while the crabs exemplify movement. Stillness is a useful tool when you are playing a character that is high status. Like a king or a queen, you know, people who have high status, they already have a lot of what they want in life. So they don't need to work as hard to get their objectives. So they can they don't have to frantically rush up digging through sand. They've got what they want. So they can just stand with their heads held high and gaze upon all of their subjects' kingdoms, stuff like that. So, while the crabs would play more common characters, or somebody who has, you know, isn't currently in power, they would be great at playing characters that are royalty. Maybe even villains. They would wear a crown just like that. Beautiful. You know, heavy is the crown. What's that from? That's a quote from something. Heavy is the crown. I do not remember. Anyway. Has anybody seen Missy, by the way, since a couple days ago? See, I poisoned her twice, and I just...
Speaking
I
of
hope
suspense,
she's not dead.
Be sure to check out all of our experiences currently
I
on
don't want to
view
be a
at
murderer.
The Aikman.
I mean,
Including
she should have known
a
not to mess with a
submarine
Russian.
standoff with fate.
But,
And the ice seems endless, and options
yeah,
are
haven't
few.
seen her around.
Can a downtrodden mollusk pro
So,
save the day
hope
and
she didn't
the match?
die.
Paulette from
She
Reno
did,
raves.
I feel bad
I
for her
love
husband.
all the
but
tech speak.
nobody's found a body yet,
Kent
right?
from Snohomish cries, I didn't
No.
even realize dolphins
Okay.
had eternal souls. Time
Well,
Boat, our most ambitious
She's probably
show
alive
yet.
then.
Now playing at participating photo booths
No,
near
maybe
you.
I'll look backstage and see if there's a body. Huh? Oh, yes, this crowd's got a guitar. This crowd clearly wants to be a rock
Our next
star.
guest was blessed with the gift
And
of
they're
song
achieving
so
their goal and their
ambiguously
eyes are
that
flashing
I'm
with
not
happiness.
sure
That
she's
is-
ever
that is
used it.
something to learn from them.
My favorite star of stage and scream, the long dead,
Oh, I
ever
do
on
like
time,
Helvetica.
technophilic, hydrophobic, Helvetica
Helvetica.
Perpetua.
Alright. Sorry for
And
that.
Tina.
I've got to go backstage real quick. Let's see. You didn't find any bodies back there, did you, Helvetica?
Good evening.
No? Okay.
I'm here. You're welcome. And this is Tina. It's so good to be back in the land of the living. I just love your soulful reception. I recently updated my operating system, and I love the new
Don't see or smell any dead
features.
bodies. So I think it's fine. Alright, I'm going to go now. I will see you later. Let me
Hey,
know if you see.
Tina,
if you see-
could you cool it for like 1 second?
Okay.
Because it's not always about you.
Bye.
Hey, Tina, can you do this?